I've got this little badge that says I can't be sued by Von Hilton. Well, goody goody gumdrops. So keep talking your shit. Do it. Keep talking your shit, motherfucker. And I'm telling you, motherfuckers got big surprises coming. You really do. Because the United States Army never relinquished control of the internet, fuckers. They never did. Fuck you. They never did. Okay? You think you've won. You think you are a god. You think you're made out of Teflon. You think you're invincible. And I'm here to tell you the hammer is getting ready to fall. It's getting ready to fall. And great shall be the fall thereof. Okay? So get ready, motherfuckers, because you're in for a big fucking surprise. Ain't nobody can do shit to me. Ain't nobody can touch me. You're about to get a big surprise because the military never relinquished control of the internet. No, they fucking did not. No, they did not. And if the Army says tomorrow you're gone, you're fucking gone. And it won't matter what you can do and what you cannot do. You will be gone just that quick.
Right.
And the FBI, like I said, I told you motherfuckers, the FBI is watching, CIA is watching, Interpol is watching, Scotland Yard is watching. How do I know? Because I contacted them, you dumb motherfuckers. I contacted them.
Yeah. So in real life, I have a woman that loves me, and the kids to come.
Understand though, I don't want no calls at 3:00 in the morning saying my kid's great, keeping me awake, Bon.
Absolutely, Uncle Bon.
But for a while, you'll have to get up like every 2 hours because they'll need fed every 2 hours. So it'll be all right. Me and Andrea survived it, and if we can survive it, you'll survive it too. But anyway, speaking of Facebook, my account has been restricted. It will be restricted for 90 days because I chose to prove the fact checkers wrong, and you can't do that on Facebook. So since I proved the fact checkers wrong, Facebook has punished me because, my God, the Facebook fact checkers are above board. They're demigods, and you don't have a right to prove them wrong. You evil capitalist pig. So this evil capitalist pig has been restricted for 90 days as a result. And oh well, shit happens. Isn't it interesting that DLive uses a ninja as their mascot, and I used to be a ninja? Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that their mascot is a ninja, and I used to be one. But then again, I don't believe in coincidence. So there you go, right? Was I ever on Coast to Coast? Yes and no. I mean, I called in, but I wasn't a guest on there. But I've called in. I used to. Art Bell used to be on my Facebook. Art Bell used to be on my Facebook. I'll tell you somebody else that used to be on my motherfucking Facebook, and that's Stan Lee. But Stan Lee voted Democrat. Yeah, he even voted for Hillary. And I chided him over it too. I said, "What the hell are you doing, Stan? Voting for Hillary." And he, but I meant it all in good fun, and he knew it, and he laughed. He got a kick out of it. But yeah, I used to talk to Stan Lee on Facebook. I used to talk to Art Bell on Facebook. You'd be amazed at who I used to talk to on Facebook. It would shock you who I used to talk to on Facebook. Yeah. Oh, Bon, you're lying. Yeah, no, I'm not. But yeah, I used to talk to Stan Lee all the time. I used to kid him about being a Democrat. I used to talk to Art Bell about UFOs and shit. Sure did. That's a fact, man. Facebook's own documents will prove that. Facts, not opinions. Yeah, buddy. I used to talk to some pretty interesting people on Facebook years ago. Sure did. That ain't no lie. I have no idea who I am, who I've been around. You never know. There might be some people out there that owe me some favors. because I've already had all the blood work done. I've already had all the shots done. I've already had all the x-rays done. Everything to prove that I'm fucking disabled has already been done. All they got to do is call up to Corbin and say, hey, turn his shit on. And then that's it. That's the end of it. It's done. It's all they got to do. Helen, the head of CPS, is the one that shut me down. But now, see, this was back under the previous judge. This was done. This was done years ago. This was done like 15 years ago under Judge
Is your
Clark.
judge now a male or a female, and what age would the judge be?
For which one? District court or family court?
The stuff that's keeping you from getting your kids back.
Oh, that's family. Okay, that's family court. That's Judge Clint J. Harris.
Is he older?
He is extremely old. I would say he's probably easily in his 60s. That would be my guess. And since you can't sue a judge, see, he thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He thinks he's above the law, just like CPS thinks they're above the law.
Man,
well, we're taking the kid. I said, okay, there's nothing wrong with my house. There's nothing wrong with the kids. See you, bye. Get the fuck off my property. No, we're taking the kids anyway. I said, you can't do that. That's felony kidnapping. He said, we don't care. We're taking them anyway. And I said, do you believe you're above the law? They said, yes. And they took my kids.
Well, Vaughn, there's something that bothered me and John the other night that you said, and John didn't really catch it at first. And I told him, I said, man, did you hear what, when you guys were talking? I said, do you remember this part? And here's what was said. You had said that the kids no longer love you because they're growing up without you. You haven't seen them in I forget how long. Well, you see them, but you don't. It's not the same.
Well, yeah, they tried to. Yeah, let me parse that out. Okay, they tried to give. Okay, hold on. They tried to give my kids Stockholm syndrome, and it damn near worked. That's the scary part. It almost worked. Brainwashing someone's children. I don't give a fuck what your badge says. I don't give a fuck how impervious to lawsuits you are. When you brainwash someone's kids into wanting to stay away from their father, your ass needs to go to prison for the rest of your natural life. Now, of course, nothing's going to be fucking done, as usual, because it never does get done. Okay, when Helen, the head of CPS, drove my wife insane, her ass should have went to prison. When Dr. Del Mundo came into that courtroom and not only committed perjury, but committed medical malpractice, her ass should have went to prison. Okay, and in district court, when Dr. Naval claimed that my mother had dementia when she doesn't, he should have went to jail for medical malpractice. Nobody's going to jail. Okay, people come into that courtroom and they lie their fucking ass off, and nobody goes to jail for perjury. Nobody goes to jail for filing a false report. Here we are 15 years in, 12 to 15 years in. Has any of them trolls went to jail for filing a false report? Nope, not a single goddamn one. So, there we are. And so that's the problem. The problem is that nobody in the history of this entire fucking case has ever went to jail. Because if they had, they would have known the judgment business, and they would have never continued with this shit on like they have. If if Judge Harris had taken over from Judge Clark back in the day and would have immediately went after them fucking trolls and started throwing their ass in prison for filing a false report, we wouldn't be having this conversation today.
No,
we wouldn't. We just wouldn't. We just wouldn't. Because the trolls would have known that Judge Clark meant business and that their ass could be next. Oh, and by the way, I found out some interesting information. Netherlands will now deport to the United States. Sorry, JSTBO, but the Netherlands is no longer a safe haven. Now, I contacted their embassy. They said they will deport people that break American laws. Sorry about your luck, JSTBO.
Jay Stevio talked some shit about me the other day to a guy named Lardo. I don't know either one of them.
Yeah, Lardo, yeah.
And you know what, Jay Stevio, you don't know me, dude. Don't talk about me, okay?
Yeah.
Lardo, you don't know me. He said I don't work. And you've dealt through the worst parts of everything. You've dealt with divorce. You've dealt with separation. You've dealt with separation with the kids and separation with the wife. You would have cracked a long time ago. Your mind's pretty strong.
I've been trained in psychological warfare by both the military and the government. No one is getting inside this fucking head unless I let them. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
I've got to leave today at 3 I got a long ride to London today. So why they're shipping me all the way up to London for makes no sense. But that's another thing that needs to be fixed. Nobody's getting around to fixing it. I haven't been notified that it's been fixed. What am I going to London for? I'm going to London to see my kids. They have me. They got me going all the way to London to see them, which is not only bad for me, but it's bad for the foster parents too. It's actually better to have them right there in Manchester at the Burger King, but for some reason they want me to go all the way up to London. And Second Mile even told them, said, we've got an office in Manchester. Why are you shipping this guy all the way to London? Don't know. We'll find out. If I find out that all this shit's being done just to get money, oh boy, that's going to be interesting. It better not be. This better not be just some way to get extra money. Because if it is, oh man, that's not going to sit well with the gods. I better hope it's not just to get extra money. Because I tell you, the gods have about reached their end, man. They about had their run. Their patience is wearing thin. Okay, now we're at the 2-hour mark. So, y'all have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Okay?